cutting across to the news that is coming in. Madras High Court has asked cops to file affidavit on allegations that Sasikala camp MLAs are being held detention and they're being detained in a resort. They're being held in a detention, and that's what they've been asked to file a report right now. They've asked police to file affidavit on allegation that Sasikala camp MLAs are being detained in a resort, and that's the breaking news that we can share with you at the moment. Includingly, it's interestingly a development coming after OPS camp has alleged that it's a forced captivation of these MLAs. Let me go across to my colleague Akshita, who's joining us at this moment. Akshita, what are the details that you're getting?
Big development there, Devina, because the O. Selvam and his camp have been alleging that the MLAs are in captivity, not being allowed to use their cell phones. We've also given you exclusive details about the condition of the MLAs there. Not just, of course, are they getting VIP treatment, but they're also completely stuck in that particular resort, not being allowed to contact anyone. Now, the Madras High Court has stepped in. It's asked the police to file an affidavit about these MLAs being kept in captivity. The word here is important, Devina. They haven't said that the MLAs have gone of their own accord or on their own avail. They very clearly said that they've been kept under detention. So forceful or not, maybe that's what the Madras High Court wants to get down to, and the affidavit by the police will possibly explain how something like this took place, especially at a time when O. Selvam has been harping on the fact that this is forced captivity. He has also reportedly approached the Chennai Police Commissioner, who refused to take action yesterday. So now that the Madras High Court has directed the police to file an affidavit, it will be interesting to see how the police take things forward. They're also getting dragged into this entire political mess. Yesterday, the Chennai Police Commissioner refused to get in when O. Selvam asked him to take action and ensure these MLAs are not taken to that particular resort. He reportedly slammed the phone down. But with the Madras High Court asking the cops to file an affidavit, they will have to now take note of what's been happening over the last few.
Absolutely. A serious repercussion on Sasikala camp, which is boasting of at least 90 AIA-DMK MLAs, and the Golden Bay Resort is about 120 kilometers from Chennai near Kanchipuram. It's been called the Golden Cage operation of sorts by the OPS camp. They've said it's a forced captivity, and Madras High Court right now directing the city police to file an affidavit on these MLAs being held under detention. And that's a forceful word that's being used, Akshita, detention, because according to the inside story that we're getting and breaking on India Today, many of these MLAs were not even informed they're being taken to this resort. It's an arm twisting of democracy as we're seeing unfold in Tamil Nadu from Sasikala camp. She said she's confident about the majority that she enjoys, but at the same time, if you have at least 90 MLAs, the highest so far that we've seen in this dance of democracy in Tamil Nadu, being held in a resort against their will, it will also have serious legal repercussion for Sasikala, isn't it?
Absolutely, Devina. She's expressed confidence that she has her support. But the big question is, why then keep these MLAs under captivity? What is she scared of? Is she scared of horse trading? Is she scared that these MLAs will then defect to O. Selvam, seeing the kind of public sentiments? Those are the questions that really need to be asked. As far as whether the MLAs are being kept against their will or not, well, that is a question that possibly will be answered in the next few days. And the Madras High Court really seeking that affidavit from the police will possibly clear the air on whether this is a forceful captivity or whether the MLAs went there on their own avail. 90 of them were there, and as you pointed out, of course, it was very hushed up. It was almost immediately after that MLA meet, they were rushed to their MLA quarters very close to this particular area. They were asked to pack up. They were then taken to a minister's house, which is, of course, when one of the MLAs also managed to escape and come over to O. Selvam's residence. From there, they were rushed to that resort in Kanchipuram near Mahabalipuram. So that's what really happened. For the last 2 days, yes, they've been given 5-star facilities, they've been given a lot of perks, but having said that also, Devina, can you imagine the kind of security they put up? They put up AIA-DMK workers, cadre across that particular road, kilometers away. Media as well as other vehicles are stopped, they're screened, and then they're allowed to pass. No one's allowed to go through. That is the kind of security the AIA-DMK has put up at this point. That's Sasikala's camp, thinking through it every step at a time, and that brings me back really to my initial question. What is Sasikala Natarajan scared of? If she has the numbers, why has she kept these MLAs in hiding?
Akshita, be with us, because let's try and get the legal point of view as well. So no doubt No doubt Sasikala is being questioned morally as a politician who wants to have the trust vote of her MLAs for literally caging her MLAs in this Golden Bay resort. The news that is coming in that they're completely cut off from the outside world. But now it's a legal trouble as well, because remember, the state police is under the state government, which is by AIA, which is under AIA DMK right now. Acting Chief Minister is still O Paneerselvam. So if Madras High Court now has directed the cops to file an affidavit on the allegations that Sasikala camp has kept these MLAs under detention, this could play out in a very, very ugly drama, and an ugly drama that we've seen play out in Tamil Nadu with political leaders who are taken in custody as well by state police acting under these kind of orders. Let me go across to India today, Shiv Arur, who's joining us. So Shiv, we're looking at a very significant development. You have Madras High Court, which has directed now state police to file an affidavit whether these MLAs are being held under detention by Sasikala. And as Acting Chief Minister of O Paneerselvam, what are the options available right now? What are the options we're looking at this morning?
No, this is a very sticky situation as far as the Sasikala camp is concerned, Devina, because, there is material evidence to suggest those MLAs are at that particular place and not in the MLAs hostel, which is what a lawyer representing the government actually, said to the Madras High Court yesterday, which, may or may not amount to perjury, because there is evidence that none of those MLAs are at that MLA hostel in the city. Now, having said that, the police is currently under O Paneerselvam, okay, and they've been ordered to file this affidavit saying that those MLAs, what the situation is with those MLAs are and where they are. That affidavit will have to carry, absolutely bang-on accurate information. Otherwise, they will run afoul of the, court and, probably infringe on perjury laws. So at this time, the police will be under pressure to tell the truth about where those MLAs are. And this will be the first time that you'll have an on-record, version of where those MLAs are currently being held at that Golden Bay resort. Since yesterday, remember, the AIA DMK, through its very many leaders and faces, has been saying the MLAs are there of their own volition. They have not been coerced to go there. It is up to them where they can hold their meetings and where they want to spend their time. Nothing, of course, explains, nearly 100 of these MLAs being bundled into luxury buses and transported, to what is clearly something of a golden cage. So this affidavit that the Madras High Court has directed the Chennai police to actually file and submit in court is going to clear the pitch and put a lot of pressure on Camp Sasikala to either get those MLAs out of there or come up with an explanation as to why so many MLAs are isolated at that resort.
And there could be many who could choose to speak out at this occasion also, Shiv. Many who are ruffled by Sasikala could speak out. You remember the fishery minister who managed to come out of the resort has not been happy. He's been declared missing since then. So if there is an inquiry, a full-blown inquiry into this matter, what we're looking at after the Madras High Court order, it could spell fresh trouble. And how? Because we've seen that how in the past as well, the state police machinery has not shied away from acting against the political leaders. And we've seen the ugly spat between Karuna and Jaya play out in front of televisions. But are we looking at a repeat this time? But political force this time, though, will be within the same party.
I think the MLAs are very well aware, Devina, of just how valuable they are to the current situation, and they know that they call the shots if it comes to a floor test. So they are totally aware of, their value. They are prime real estate in Tamil Nadu, if I can call it that. But having said that, they're going to be very, very careful. Remember that each one of these MLAs is a shrewd politician. They're not just human beings. They're very, very shrewd politicians as well, if I can, say it cynically like that. So they want to play their cards right to squeeze maximum value for themselves as well. They want to be able to bet on the horse they know is going to win and not on something that could lead to a hung house or, force fresh elections, or, or create a situation where things, put them at a disadvantage. At the end of the day, in terms of loyalty to Sasikala or O. Paneerselvam, that may be the face of it, that may be the largest ideological complexion of what this fight is all about. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to the dollars and cents and the numbers, these MLAs will want what's good for them. They will want to be on the winning side, and that's why perhaps it is in their interest, they believe, to also wait and watch how this entire situation unfolds. The ironic paradox, of course, is they are very much part of that situation. And with the court getting involved and ordering an affidavit on where they are and why they're being held against their will, if they are at all, it puts them in the center of this firestorm.
Absolutely. Be with us, Shiv and Akshita. We continue tracking this story.